and I was like, ah, he can have it for the rest of the day. And then I remembered that it was role playing time, and I'm surprised I didn't miss it. And I'm so glad I checked it when I did.
We were literally about to just start without you anyway.
Oh, thanks. That's
It's okay.
That's what.
It's okay.
That's what I.
Position.
We replaced you with a cardboard cutout with a Tickle Me Elmo doll in the back. Every time you had to make a decision, we would just tickle it and see what it said.
I changed its voice lines to murder everyone, and murder everyone.
Oh. Well, it's probably a good. It's probably a really bad. I gave 3 of those to an impressionable orphanage.
Oh. Well,
I can't go back there again.
There'll be a couple of supervillains in a couple of years.
And plus, I was watching Teen Titans Go, and because I got my Hulu and Netflix back, and I was like, oh, I need to watch all my shows. Season 13 of The Incredible Dr. Pol was on there, and I was like, oh, I need to watch that. I watched that in like a day, and I'm like, okay, watch that. And what else that I wanted to watch when the Hulu was out?
A lot of binge watching. All right, boss. So what the hell are we doing? Like I know we stopped. I think Val did a check, saw there's a fucking Canadian to the right of the group. Well, right for them if they're facing forward. Left for all of us, obviously. Well, depends if you press space bar or not.
I did my deception check to see how far out things went.
Canadians to the right of them. Canadians to the left of them. Canadians in front of them. Volley and thunder.
It's like you're saying Canadian. Like there's.
Well,
that is the.
Canadians are dangerous as well.
I'm not your buddy. I'm not your buddy, pal.
I'm not your pal, guy.
I'm not your pal, friend. I'm not your friend, buddy.
I'm not your pal, guy. I'm not your guy,
they never
friend.
Say guy.
Really? I thought it was guy.
No, guy is not a term of being in any relation to them. It's just, hey, you're there. You, person.
We should really talk.
To my understanding,
we should talk to our
watch any of that.
We should talk to our friend from Vermont because he is Canada Light.
Don't need that. We can talk to our buddy Abe and his other friend Kim, who's in our group. Who live in Canada. They're not Canadian, but they live in Canada.
Or you could, slap Firestorm.
That is true, but he's also a trucker, so he's 2 kinds of fuck.
I was right.
I don't mean that in a bad way.
You know what? I am right, and I will prove it to you. The only way I know how. By randomly posting something into our RPG chat.
Okay. Let me try.
Okay. Let's chill on this. Let's get back to what the hell we're supposed to be doing.
All right.
We're supposed to be doing something. We're supposed to do something here.
I was up on
and I'm going to kick your butt if you keep this joke.
Okay. Yo. Since I'm going to, like I said, I'm gonna need some. Where I can picture the vantage point. Where's me and Medic?
Okay, you're on the scaffolding here on the top left.
Okay. And where's the guy? So we're supposed to be meeting.
Okay.
All right.
We assumed you guys take that position for sniping.
Yeah.
So that's blind. Alright.
Alright. I'm gonna need my Roan RPG book for this. Unfortunately, I'm also probably gonna have to turn on a light for this too, so I can read the book.
Who needs lights when you can just be in darkness?
I enjoy the darkness. The darkness fills me with cold air. Unfortunately, I can't read in the darkness. It's scary.
Does the darkness fill you with Kool-Aid?
No, the refrigerator fills me with Kool-Aid whenever Cody forgets how much he actually made the day before.
Alright.
Don't tell him. He might realize I've been sniping at it for days.
Alright.
There it is.
Alright. Before you blow my fucking ears out, let me say, hey man, I have a plan of getting like these 3 out. Because for this, for sniping, there's kind of a blind spot.
Yeah,
like
all of this
is.
But these are supposed to be hidden sight lines, so these are supposed to be not more for like. The idea is that these are semi-sniper, sniping nests, but they're also, pardon the pun, crow's nests in that spotters.
Yeah. Because if it gets south, like as much as I like Saving Private Ryan, a good sniping position will be like right here, like at the top, like right here.
I'd say just going from that line.
Cause fuck, let me.
Well, yeah, but these are scaffolding bits that are set up. Also, these buildings here are not enterable. They're wrecked completely, and any attempt to actually use them as a footing or anything that isn't covered ends badly. These are entire wrecks. That's the reason why there's no way of getting inside of them or persisting in character.
All right.
These are basically supposed to show.
Someone messed with something.
All right.
This table's slightly askew.
Actually, sorry, I was trying to tap out and do something, and I accidentally grabbed it in the process.
All right.
I'm going to fuck your face.
It was an accident.
Here.
Jeez.
I'm joking.
All right. I can hit right here. I can hit.
Okay.
What? God damn it! Are there any windows in this building? God fucking damn it!
Okay, what the fuck? Stop it!
For the love of fuck! Stop!
Grim, are you trying to log in there?
No.
Is somebody trying to log into one of these?
No, I haven't clicked anything.
I'm just saying somebody.
I'm not. So what the fuck?
Okay, just tell it to don't ask again and cancel. Don't ask again and cancel.
So basically, these ones might have windows, but there's nobody in them, obviously, so it wouldn't do you any good.
Yeah. So
if there is a window, it'd probably be on this side here to the back, because this all here is supposed to be repurposed walling, because this place was more or less like one of this areas. Basically, this all used to look fairly evenly derelict, but they scavenged bits from here to there and all that shit just to make sure it didn't look too new and stand out.
All right, but there's a doorway. So yeah,
there's a doorway here. This whole area here is just straight opened into an opened area. This is the only truly closed up building that's more or less been. This is where most of the scavenging went to, and that was to make an outer like mess hall and shit for them.
And you shouldn't be able to see that right now, right?
Yeah, no, like you
I
might,
shouldn't.
From where he is, no, he might be able to see the sides of the building, but through some portions of the trees, because these trees aren't going to be 100%.
Yeah, right here. Oh, God damn it! Like from here, this is a blind spot.
Yeah, this whole siding right here should be just a straight blind spot for them, but they should have able to have full range from basically, here to basically here to the other. Granted, they can't see the other crow's nest that well, but they can see the scaffolding probably behind the trees.
Yeah, so that's a move. That's a move if soon as they're not far taken out, so I can. So right here.
Yep. Trajectory right. That's the shot line.
So.
Yeah.
Where do we start here? Do we start with initiative rolls?
Well, I don't know if we go initiative yet because we haven't actually made a move to make.
There hasn't been any combat, so at the moment there is no initiative. You're alternating. So you're alternating between turns between one group and another because he decides to split up. But other than that, there is no initiative going on.
Question is how we're gonna
Dude, me and Medic are basically sniping, but that's the thing. Valve has to stab them with their fucking mouth closed, because chances are if Valve stabs them, they're gonna be screaming.
Well, the sword she's using now is not a flame weapon, so depends on where I swing.
Or it's a quick 1-4 punch.
retreat.
Or you could just put them in the sleeper. Or you could put them in the sleeper hole and just ever so slightly twist the neck to the point it breaks. Because, alright, since I wasn't here for like the briefing, fill me in.
Okay. So the idea is that Sparky found, Sparky's group found the base. We got trucked out here, and they are on the sidelines, farther out from the rest of this thing, and we're basically the shock troops go in, fuck up everything, and when everything's destabilized here enough, they'll come in to try to mop things up.
Alright.
I thought there was a way to stealthily do this.
There's always a way.
There's a way, but chances are I know somehow it's nothing. It's not gonna be completely truly silent for us.
Oh no, we might be able to keep things quiet out here for a little bit, but we've got to be careful with our encounters, or we're going to get easily overwhelmed. This is the highest. Well, no, it isn't actually. The highest intensity was the zombies, but they were zombies.
Yeah, the zombies were just zombies. They were basically bloody meat sacks. Not exactly a threat.
Kool-Aid Man, everyone. I'll take them all down.
Anyways.
Yeah, the whole idea of this map is to actually challenge you guys a little bit more than just having you walk down a path and punch mooks. You have an open field. You have hidden dangers.
And I'll take them all down. Instantly gets turned into Swiss cheese.
How you do it is your preference.
Luckily, though, a lot of these are mooks, so a lot of them do fall under one shot, or called shot, I believe, isn't it?
Yeah, it is the headshot called shot, which has a difficulty of +6.
Which I'm pretty sure with Silent he might get 9 times out of 10. Anyways,
I thought it was a difficulty of -6 to reduce the.
Oh no! I'm not gonna be going for the head call shot. I'm gonna go for something harder.
Shoot them in the kidney.
The pancreas. No. You're not hitting them in the doingaloings. The toingaloings.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
We're only sniping at least one this yet.
Okay.
The toingaloings.
So. Alright, so is it still on their group or is it swapped back to Val's group?
I believe at this point it has swapped back to Val's group for the moment.
Okay. So I think in her case, she turned to the others and basically say out, okay, we can see we got the goons in front of us. I can see to my side, points to the wreckage of the building just they're up against. There is a Canadian up against the side of that. Do we want to try to take him out quickly and as quietly as we can, and then see about maybe tricking the other group into coming into the storage area? Because it seems like, from what I can see from here, it's a bit farther out from the other ones. It's a bit more wreck, and they must not assume much comes to this direction because there's only one person there at the moment that I can see.
Yes. Also, I'm just imagining you doing all this through hand signals.
I'm doing the hand signal at the same time, yes. I always gesture.
And boy, is he gesturing.
Yeah,
yes, I will gesture in your face in a minute. Anyways.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, so. Val doesn't have natural stealth, but that dog is looking the opposite direction. So. She would probably. Well, yeah, I'm probably going to be rolling dexterity while she's moving. But she's also going to probably grab Rusty and have Rusty circle through the trees from above.
Hold on.
What are you going to sit on the tree?
Wait,
what are you going to sit on the tree?
Yo, hold the fucking phone. Don't we have our fucking radios on?
No, we have them off.
Yeah.
No,
like, we have the radios, we have them off currently.
The only ones that would probably have them on would be you, just so I don't yell out. I could just do it over.
Let me look up. Like, one, I got to roll dexterity for myself real quick for stealth and shit, and then I got to roll.
Move of 6 minus 1 from the jacket. I don't know if there's anything different for flight.
Yeah, no, I was anything about flight. There is. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So she'd be on this tree.
No, I was gonna say, because in case you can call out people that I don't see. or in case somebody's getting close.
Dexterity roll 8.
An idea I had, but they said we don't know what the communication array is if they could intercept.
Everybody agreed at the time being that the headsets were going to be off. However, if you can find a way to signal to your friends to enable the headsets, you can go ahead and try.
Well, the thing is, like, Toa always has his receiver on. Is the counsel to that issue? He always has a stupid, like, he always has the receiver on. So all we have to do if we really need to get a hold of him is one of us flip it on and talk to him because he never turns it off.
It's an integral part of my body, and I like having it on in case of emergencies.
Yeah, he doesn't like turning off his children that he built.
Thank you. I'm going to be sure to remember that in the future.
Not to sound like a dick, but given the logic, if they can already intercept us, when they already fucking detected the Toa.
Nah. All they're hearing
is... They probably would have detected the mass mobilization going on around the building. Anyways. Around the complex.
Yeah, because we are a strike team just wrecking shit. There is a whole group gathering out on all sides to take things down.
5 out of 8 for Val to be sneaking around here, and 1, 2, 3, 4 stopping right around here. That way she still has cover with the boxes and whatnot.
All right,
Rusty's up here, being quiet little spooky bat. Let me look at her shit again real quick. I really need to like pull up her page and keep it up half the time.
I've got it up. What are you looking for?
Stealth. She got that.
Stealth is 8.
Okay, Val, you managed to sneak through to the rock without alerting either the group or the Canadian.
Well, I'm going to do another perception check, though.
Go ahead.
Using smell.
Using that good old sniffer of yours?
Yep. Just want to make sure I'm not 1 near gunpowder, 2... There's not something bloody being hidden from me. Like a bear track. Because I feel like those exist in this world. That's the last thing this dog wants.
Everything exists.
And you would smell the blood and rust on those things. Anyways. Perception. What does this go? So then plus... Yeah, +2 whenever you sniff. God dang, Cody. Pay attention. Well, that one's a 4 out of 4 here, so it's even. Or it's a half. So I guess I got a success, but a bare minimum.
You take a sniff. You don't smell any gunpowder in your immediate vicinity or blood.
Well, I'll need more blood.
All right. So anybody else in the group going to make a move there, or should we?
Well, I'm also going to have Rusty do their own check too, as well. I also got to take a counter off of thing. This would be the first actual movement since, so I guess it would be 3 more left. Because I believe I got a 4 for focus last time.
Yep.
So she has 3 turns left till, shenanigans.
Right.
Should really just turn this thing to go to this fucking thing. Whatever, I'll leave it on 2 for the next turn. And for her, I have a do perception check as well. CMC, what's her perception?
Another 8.
Yep. Does she have any night vision capabilities or anything like that?
She does.
Luminous eye may ignore up to -4 in low light.
Okay. So let's roll that. Let's roll that 8 again, see what the little bugger can see from her area.
Which means if something is shrouded with low light.
That one is... If I can do a count, the girl's more perceptive than I am. That one is a 7 out of 8. So what does little baddie see from her upper area?
She spies the group. She spies the Canadian. And she also notices a few leaves rustling in a nearby bush.
Russell.
They used to be George, but unfortunately Russell sounded better.
Russell, like that's the bush is like Russell.
Okay, well that ends it for Val and Val/Rusty's movement for the time being. I know for the moment that when we do things with her in battle, they'll be two separate moves, but you know. Right now, anytime that Val does a movement, Rusty will probably do it in tandem.
Don't know about the bush, and I've been told not to go against guns blazing yet. So I'm the Juggernaut, so at this point, I need not charge in because I will mess everything up until I'm told charge in.
Yep.
Okay.
Pope.
So he's doing what he's told. Pope.
I don't know about the bush. I don't have a nice way of trying to swoop around to help you around back to that guy.
And I've already used all my moves, so I can't charge up frickin' the cutters yet either. But probably was good.
1, 2, 3, 4. Do I really want to try and do that?
That's up to you if you want to try moving a little closer.
I'll be right back. I'm gonna make a bathroom trip.
Okay. Don't fall in!
Those trees, I'm guessing, are thick, so I don't want to go through the back, but I'm assuming that I would at least get blue pushed up to the corner so that I'm pushed up into this other square so that I can do something next round.
Yeah, Moses, you both are like on the corner, edging the corner, so you can both poke your heads over to see things.
Yep.
Okay. So it's now back to the sniping team.
Okay. Silent medic.
Wait. No, I know a better one. There you go.
Silent medic Toa. It is now your go.
My action is to stay in cover near the tree and stand, just so 1, I can area, and 2, make it so it's not obvious that I'm there.
And nobody is surprised in any way.
Well, yeah, but you know he's supposed to be there as a guard for if they get rushed. So,
right. Fair enough.
You know, if in all truth and all truth of fashion, he's doing exactly what he should be doing in the situation for them. So, yes. Medi, silent. Do what you do.
Okay. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna.
You do have a robot eye with the range upgrade, so you could spot and someone be sniping.
Yeah, that could work too. I'll use my robotic eye and see what I can see.
Roll your perception, I'm betting.
Okay. 6 dice, I believe. Right?
Also, does your eye add anything to your range? Check your sheet, see if it says plus. It's like a dice.
Oh. Wrong thing. Fuck. Fuck! I'm trying to get out of this. It's like so hard.
Alright.
Okay.
I've made it back.
Let's see. Motion detection. I don't know. It's motion detection.
It's probably echolocation. Kind of.
That's weird. My own character sheet didn't load in here for me, but it's fine. I've got it up here on the tab.
That's weird. But yeah, we got it here for you too. So if we need to look at something, we're all good.
Yeah, it's 1 eye, cybernetic eye, motion detection. But we didn't put anything like it adds, you know, this and this.
Alright, I'm looking.
Having a book helps. I don't believe you.
Yeah, right now I'm taking a look at or trying to find.
Yeah, it's
Aether Tech. No, I know. Okay, +2 to any visual perception checks.
Oh, there you go.
instead of 6, you would roll
8.
If you're trying to do a visual perception.
Yes, I'm doing a visual perception.
So yeah, you would roll to 8.
Alright, let me just move these 2 dice over here. I have to be tedious about this for some reason.
Right.
So flight is just, as according to the normal move, so yeah, the -1 for the flight, or for the jacket.
Yeah, so basically where she ended up wasn't too far out of it.
So, augments, that's what I wanted to look at.
4. So about 4 out of 8.
The gasp.
All right. You see a group of guards in front of you.
That's about it.
It's about it.
I mean, I could have just looked with my normal eye just to see that. I mean...
Well, yeah, but you're trying. It just sometimes it doesn't go so well.
Well, it was half.
Sounds like you've not really practiced your echolocation.
Wait, you got eyes motion detection or eyes range optics?
The motion detection.
Ah. So you don't have the sniper build.
Nope.
She has the like either guard or short range sniper, not long range sniper.
No, there's a mechanical eye option which allows you to use an eye as it was a scope for a weapon.
Yeah.
But she doesn't have it, so she can't use it.
I'm looking at the augmentation chart. There's eyes motion detection or eyes range optics.
I think we went with motion detection.
Oh, there's also special eyes.
Not just seeing magic.
Yeah. I know, but special eyes.
My friend.
Val may become Scribbler again.
Nah, not likely.
Not likely.
We'll see where the path down fiery shenanigans takes her. But I doubt very much that she's going to end up specialized.
Yeah, and for me, I'm not planning on really doing augments unless it's something that fucks me up bad that I have to. But all right. But so, Matt, how many do we actually have since you saw them?
What do you mean?
You see 3.
Yeah, I just see 3. Like right in front of us.
You see 3 out in the field.
You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna run. Before I even try shooting these, I'm a run a perception. Not that I don't trust man. I'm gonna need to fucking use. I'm gonna need to also have to know what before I take your fucking shot.
Dude, I'm not arguing it. Go ahead and roll.
All right, and I'm letting you know I'm using my scope for this as well because I don't have it set up. I don't think I have it set up binoculars on with me.
Go right ahead.
Oh, I do though. I can give you my pair of binoculars so you can see farther.
I'm surprised you didn't use those along with the motion sensor.
I know, I forgot. I forgot I had the binoculars for a minute. God, I'm forgetting a lot of things.
Yeah, Mad Cow.
We always check our character sheets.
Mad Cow, borrow your binoculars. Hey, Circuit, how much does binoculars add to perception? If they do at all? You know?
Not off the top of my head,
Hold
actually. I'm looking. Oddly enough, I never thought about it. I know they're supposed to, in a way, but I don't know how.
Have it, in a way.
Maybe in distance, maybe?
Nah. Probably. Oh, maybe in distance.
Because you would have to look through the binocular. It would be like a regular pair of binoculars. It would
They
let
help
you see
to
farther.
see 4 times further.
Yes.
Okay, so no actual bonus, but distance bonus. Okay.
So you can, you can see more, but you can't see more.
So I'm just gonna use my so 6 dice.
You would see probably the building that's right next to them.
Telescope gets up to a range of 6. That seems a bit low.
Well, think about it this.
It's probably like a pirate telescope there.
Yeah.
All right, 6 out of 6 odds. So for me, that's a pass.
Okay. Well, one thing to think about is range 4.
Breathe.
So, I mean, you overall at that distance, at the ×4 distance, you would have a negative penalty to your actual perception. So, technically, it gives you a bonus by removing the actual negatives you would receive by trying to see something from that distance.
Well, there's that too.
That makes sense. Anyways, what else is going on now?
He's rolling.
I said I got a 6 out of 6.
So he got a perfect roll.
All right.
As is typical.
Okay, so you are able to see the 3 guards. It looks like 2 of them are heavily armed with heavy weapons. One of them with a sword and a sidearm on their other side.
Oh. So there's nothing environmental that I could use to take all 3 out at once.
At this point, there isn't. They are in the middle of an open field.
I just had an idea. Why don't I just use my bow and just, pluck one of them out? Because technically you would need a silencer on the sniper rifle.
It already has one on there.
Yours has one on there. Mine doesn't.
Yeah. Exactly what we brought up earlier.
So I would probably
my only counterpoint to that is that, remember, there are 3 guards. It might be prudent to try to distract one with a misfired shot somewhere. If they're that stupid.
Well, I could just zoom one past their head and get them panicked to which would be a bad idea.
Yeah, because we don't know how the alarm systems in this game technically work. I don't know if there's like a crazy weird wireless system or some other shit. I don't know. Anyways,
I think I got an idea. Since I have the rope, I can probably shoot one of the buildings. Since I got 50 feet of rope, yep. I can probably tie it to one of my arrows, shoot it, and sort of make sort of like a yeah, sort of like that. I never really thought of it until now. I'm so glad I got
that might be a further distance, because keep in mind, each one of these squares is about 5 feet. If that's more than 10 squares, it's not going to work. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I think she might barely be able to pull it off.
What are we trying to do?
No, she's off. She's off by about 10, 20 feet.
Oh, is it really? 1, 2, 3.
Well, not 10, 10 to 50, about 10 or 5 feet. It's there's no wall here. This is not wall. This is a wall here. There's no walling on the other parts of these buildings. Plus, your landing zone is a giant pile of crates. That's going to make a lot of noise.
Yeah, that is a good point. Maybe I can make this tree over here, maybe?
Nah, only thing
about 5 feet off.
You're trying to hit there?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting about 5 feet too.
Any of the boxes, if I get a perfect shot, I won't hit any of the boxes.
No. Landing is when you're done doing the zip line and you drop at the very end of it. You can fly. Not everybody else can fly. Silver will make a sound, is what I'm saying. It's you can hop off the line and flutter down. Either he's going to have to hit the ground early and risk rolling into the boxes, or just making a sound in general.
I wish I got a pillow. I wish I got a pillow.
Boys, someone may notice the rope and come and follow.
Yeah, I was gonna say, also these buildings are not tall, so they would definitely notice, why is hey, hi, there's suddenly a rope above us.
Well, they might notice, but if you miss it, they might notice it even more, especially if you accidentally shoot it right in the middle of their group.
Yeah, that line's gonna drop right in the middle of them.
That is true, but it's an idea. It's an idea.
Hey, an idea is an idea, and I'm all for ideas. You guys talk it out however you want. I will not judge you, but I will judge you on if the idea works or not.
Given that the dude, since I did
Well, I can probably use the zip line and they can stay. They can stay there.
Because I could go. I'm just saying I could go for a 2. I could try and go a 2-for-1. Since my line of fire could possibly go through.
Why would you need to use a zip line if you're a Pegasus?
Yeah, that is a good point.
I was gonna say, like, in your case, yeah, I was wondering, like, wait a minute, she's a Pegasus. She doesn't actually need a zip.
I just want to
actually, like Silver, like Sal's got a point. Where they are, he could literally wait for the perfect moment and cap 2 of them in one shot.
That is true. That is true, and I can probably shoot an arrow at that last one.
Just aim for the jugular so they can't scream.
Yeah.
Or shoot for the head.
Well, that's what I mean. Either one.
While I don't know that guy over there is in the bush, I probably could take out all 3 of those by myself.
What guy in the bush? I have no idea what you're talking about.
I said I don't know.
Yeah, but Rusty slightly knows because that bush is moving in weird ways.
Russell.
It moves in mysterious ways.
Rusty's a curious little bat. Rusty's going to investigate some bush.
Okay, we should be very disturbed that Rusty is starting to investigate bush.
Yes. Bush is a terrible leader. Anyways!
Here's my suggestion. Silent and Miss Medic. Miss Medic, you keep your eye, and when they start moving, and you can see that all 2 of them are in a straight line, you signal to Silent to shoot them.
I'm pretty sure it's not right to see them.
If one of them goes to this square, like right here, where mine is.
My only question is, what are the range in your weapons?
Like all 3 of them.
My side note question is, what's the range in your weapons again?
I
know the rifle is super long.
Crossbow range.
Mine is
100 foot, or are you going with the longbow right now?
Composite bow, actually.
Composite bow, 150 foot.
I got 2.
They are definitely still in range.
Yeah, I got 250, so I could use.
I know.
Yeah,
I was like, oh, let's check. Like, I had to feel like I need to throw that out there. Yeah, then you're both. Then definitely within your shot range because I think your maximum is literally most of this board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As I said.
I mean, if that pink one goes out sort of like in a diagonal range, like right there where my arrow is, he can cap all 3 of them. Almost, since they're in that line of sight.
Well, yeah, no, that's always the question. Is like, are they all 3 lined up, or are they all 3 like separately? Because you never know with these things, because the board does that.
Yeah, because if it was like if. All right, hold on. Let me just do this for effect. If he was like right here, I could have just got all 3 of them.
Yeah. That's
it's like, that's the only issues. Like, they do need to I'd say this I'd say we have to imagine they are in fact moving around in the groups. They're not staying in the same places the whole time. Because if you're out patrolling, you don't stay in one spot and patrol that one.
Yeah.
But as we all know, for the very convenience of things, Josh doesn't want to stop and move every single group every turn.
Either that, or they're at a pause portion of their patrol, and they're actually about to move.
Yeah, but
or they're on their lunch and they're just sitting out in the open.
No, that's what the mess hall's for.
Okay, Matt, can you or can you not hit this dude?
What do you mean?
I think that if you would want to do the shoot 2 with 1 bullet and then the other shoot the other, the second person would be focused, ready to fire, waiting to hear the shot from the other person to actually fire their weapon.
You also have to think of the angle.
Yes, angle is...
Basically, Medic has motion detection, right? And she can easily identify where they move and the direction on how they move.
Not quite. Just that there is movement happening.
Yeah, no, it's detection, not triangulation.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's basically you just got sensitive eyes that can see things a little bit better. That's all.
I'm just good with weapons. The thing of it is, since I'm mainly a sniper, I have to do the fucking math.
Hey.
All right, so let's get something going here because All right, let's get this going a little bit here, folks, because we've been fucking sitting around chitter-chatting at this for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? I want to see if you guys start to try to wage a war between each other over this.
Not just for this.
I'm trying to cooperate, and I'm just having the suggestion.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Relax. Go ahead.
Well, Koa can probably shoot them from where he's at. If you really think about it, shoot those two.
Yeah. If it gave you like 2 action turns, I could have just taken these and for a reaction just gotten this one because. All right, let's be real here. God damn it! Taking these 2 out, he's gonna be startled.
Yeah.
Because that appeared out of nowhere, and 2 of his comrades just died.
Panicked bird sounds.
Which leads me to my next point. Once those 2 are down, Meta comes in with a bow. And
but what if I miss? That's the big thing. If I miss, he's gonna alert everyone.
Well, that's what we have style points for.
Yeah, that is true.
Like, do not forget. Do not forget. Like, I always have to do this. Do not forget you have the great equalizer known as style points. As much as the boss likes to spend them for his boss units, you also have them yourself.
Yeah.
That's just my way of giving you guys ideas and indications that you can go ahead and use them.
Like I said, if you're like some of us who have too many, I'm quite happy to shell out a few here and there. Because,
I can pull this up on my phone. I'd be happy.
I am sitting at 47 fucking style points. Jesus Christ.
Jeez,
also,
you could probably take out this whole army by yourself with the style points.
Well,
yeah, Val could.
I think I have like 14,
remember,
15.
I think I gave
can't remember.
14. That one time. That's why I'm at 32.
Like, no, I think we all gave Crimson some stat points because he burned all his doing silly shit prior, and he had nothing to work with when he kept fucking up that one time.
Yeah. I'm sitting at 22.
Yeah, I'm sitting at 40 some. I'm sitting at 40 something because I've been at almost every single thing we've done since, and I've just been a Scrooge. Val hasn't had a lot of personal fuck ups, so.
No, we haven't really had.
Okay. Enough. Let's get back on.
Another idea I can do, since I have mess and 4, I can probably make a tranquilizer. Probably.
Do you have those? Do you have that on hand though? Do you have those items on hand? Is the trick question.
Yeah, that is a trick question. Can I use my style points to give spawning items?
I don't think you can do that.
No, but if you use one,
it's got to be within reason. Last I checked.
And let me say this: for that, if you make fucking tranquilizer bullets, there goes the fucking penetration. Because
it turns to a dart that just goes, oh, hi.
Yeah, and I kind of don't want to be the end.
Yeah, right? The end.
So, I say you 2 do your rolls and see how lucky we get.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm just gonna...
We all agree on the plan, we just need to see if it happens.
Yeah, that's basically where we're at. So, get the roly-poly dice going, folks, and don't forget you got style points to correct your fuck-ups.
Yeah. Hey, Val, get me a parry.
Give you what?
Get me a parry.
Polywog cracker.
Wow.
Jam in the ass!
I have no idea what's happening.
No, if you ever play Metal Gear Solid 3, you'll get the reference.
No, I know what he's referencing. He's referencing the bird. I don't remember if the bird says anything.
You racist.
I just know the bird just goes Wah! And just spots you for him.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to our insanity.
This is what we do.
Are we actually streaming this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're doing that.
It's mostly just so we have a record of what the hell happened, so in case.
Yeah, because we have a habit of forgetting.
Yeah.
All right.
This is on YouTube now, so yay!
For the moment.
Yay. Oh, did you hear about the what was it? It's like a new bug that's in the system now. It's Swanky. Go to Swanky Box's channel, and he'll explain it.
Buggy what?
Because it's like really just it will ruin like your YouTube channel. Because
fun.
All right.
Let's not worry about it right now.
All right.
We'll check it later.
Medic, roll.
Okay, first.
I already did.
Wait, but which one?
First.
We got the roll initiative, I think.
Actually, no. There's no initiative roll at the moment because they are being caught unaware. You're just rolling you're rolling for a strike. However, who shoots first, and who are they targeting? Because there's not one person. There's three.
Yeah, I'm shooting first to try and take these two out.
Okay, so, which one first? Which one first? Give me an initial target.
The dude in the blue, because that's the thing. I have to hit him. The bullet has to go through his skull.
Basically, he's trying to do a double call shot. Basically, he's trying to do a lineup shot.
He's trying. Okay, he's doing a double. So he's trying to shoot them both.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the penetration, since we know he doesn't have a fucking helmet on, the penetration should go through him cleanly.
Okay, but I will advise this will increase the difficulty of the shot, not by the penetration, but the simple fact of by bullet movement itself.
Yes. All right, let me just put on my fucking 20 fucking Ds.
Just want to make sure we are aware this will increase the difficulty of the shot.
Yep. Well, they know style points will help with the situation.
Oh no, you can pump in style points.
On the side point boss that mooks aren't allowed to use them.
Actually, it's my decision on if they do or not, but I have a limit on my own style points too. So if I do, that means I have less for boss characters. So I have to decide if it's worth it.
Oh god damn it! That always keeps happening. It might have been from that one time when I was mucking around, but the fact that it actually saved it is kind of funny.
What?
Remember that weird issue where like I ended up typing on like everybody's fucking board for some reason because I was typing into their fucking screens for some reason?
Oh yeah, that was yeah.
It was hilarious, but it was also dumb.
Yes, it was.
Oh, okay. Right. I'm gonna try and hit this. What is it? Steel dude. I already have my fucking thing. What's the difficulty?
Difficulty, if we're going for a headshot, is already a +6 difficulty. Considering you're also going for a through shot to a second character, I am going to decrease the difficulty on that a little bit, but it will make it at a +9 difficulty.
And I already have 25 dice, so I have to get it not over 9. Let me just try.
At least be over 9 to get this thing.
And also, you gotta get through passive resistance. Well.
Yeah. So let me do.
Well, they're not gonna have passive resistance on the head, though. But you know what I mean.
Well, passive resistance is just normal body resistance.
It's already a cold shot.
Silence. So. Before you roll, your average would be what? 25 divided by 2, which would be. Let's go with.
Then you also, because I'm also.
It'd be 12 is what his what his average, but it'd be better off for him to go high. The higher, the better. So you might as well just go for his full roll.
Yeah. So on that, let me just add my ability of crack shot since I have rifle mastery. That adds 2, so that's 27 dice. Let's go.
Do this.
All right. Let's see. Odd. It's like 4. Odd. 9. All right. I got around like, let's see, 20 out of 27.
All right. Well, the bad news is that I did roll their passive resistances to the fullest. However, it's not enough. So you actually did do quite a crack shot. So Yes, you managed to peg one right in the head. And it managed to go through and smack the other one before he realized it. Of course, the orange one gets caught off guard. And let's see here. He rolls a will check to see if it actually stuns him. Granted, yeah, more than likely it is going to stun him. Though, granted, he really got damn close to actually not getting stunned. Unfortunately, he's stunned. He is stunned for a turn moment.
All right. So, Med, all right, he's dead, right? You killed 2.
Yay. Yay. I am going to use
Stop it, it's
my
dead.
rifle this time.
That's not dead.
No, Josh, you're doing the lineup wrong.
Wait,
blue and orange are dead. Purple is still alive.
Oh, so it's your...
Purple.
Okay. Alright.
I don't know how to get him back up.
it just, Oh, mode. Just mode.
So, Matt, you're up.
I feel like doing my rifle, but I feel like the bow would be a lot better.
Well, the bow will be quieter.
Yeah. So I'm gonna use my bow.
All
so
right.
6 dice.
6 dice. Well, would that be her roll? I think she should roll a little more than that, right?
Well, I don't have a specialization on the bow either, so.
Do you have a specialization for any ranged weapons at all, or?
No, I don't actually.
Okay, sorry, hold on. There it goes. Jeez.
Well, I got a 4 on firearms, but my rifle is 1. My melee is like 2.
No.
Rolling's 2 and stuff like that.
Okay, so you're using a bow. You're using a bow. However, since you do not have you don't have any skill in the bow, you are taking a detriment on it, but you are able to fire it still. You can also probably pump the hell out of style points if you really want to.
Yay. So is it 6 dice or just?
I'm trying to look at what stat a bow uses to attack with.
Well, technically I'm using a composite bow. If that helps.
Still a bow.
It's still a bow, and I believe
it'd still be dexterity anyways.
Yeah, it would be dexterity, and my dexterity is 3.
Let's see. Actually, what type of arrowhead are you using?
I think piercing, if I can remember.
Actually, I stand corrected. Apparently, bows don't have a... That is weird. How in the world are you supposed to attack them?
Bows don't have a what?
Bows do not have a stat associated to it. Or am I missing something? Wait, difficulty 3.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a strength. It's a strength roll. There it is. It's a strength roll.
Oh, wow. Oh, that makes sense, though, because you have to pull it back.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a 3 as well. So my dexterity and my strength.
You don't have to worry about your dex. It's just strength.
Okay, it's just strength. So that's 3.
And,
so 6 dice.
Okay, and we should have asked this right off the bat here, but the composite bow does use different types of arrowheads. Broad, blunt, and piercing.
I have piercing.
Alright. Did we notate that, or make sure you to put a notation on it then? Just so that we know. Okay, so you have it has about 2 non-lethal. You can still make a shot for the head. However, you are at an increased difficulty. And so you get a -2 to your strength roll. And you will need to
what type of ammo she has.
Say what?
Yes, I did notate on the sheet in the ammo section what type of ammo she has.
I stand corrected, and thank you, CMC. I don't know, I didn't notice it initially, but I guess I had my head in the clouds here for a bit, trying to figure out how the bow fired in the first place. But I stand corrected, and I apologize. We had the right ammo type, so I have no qualms on that. But the fact remains, yes, you are rolling for strength. You have a -2 to it. It is a 6 difficulty. So right now you are already failing, so you will need to at least use 2 glamour. 2 glamour?
Yeah, she used those glamour.
Yeah, somebody's been playing too much 14.
Yeah. You'll need to use 2 styles points to just increase your dice roll enough to even attempt a headshot.
Shit.
So, depending on how you want to do it, if you want to roll and then just start piling on points as you need it, or just to pile on enough style points to make it a guaranteed hit.
Yeah, which would take...
Well, in all honesty, you would be better off rolling and then adding on, or else you would have to expend 12 style points. Literally 12.
Well, I wish I would have gotten the silencer while I was back at the base.
Hindsight's 20/20. In all honesty, just putting a point in archery would have saved you a lot of grief.
I know.
Yep.
I know. But I wanted to do melee so I can do my specialties.
It's okay. It's okay. This is just part of the RPG experience. You made a decision, and it was the wrong one.
You made it.
Such a compassionate leader we have.
I got an idea. What if I go for the neck so he can't speak, so he can't like scream?
That would make it a little more difficult because you don't have any specialization, so you can't make.
And that would be a called shot, which adds difficulty.
And technically, it is around the head anyway, because called shots are either head, arms, legs, or I think you can actually shoot for the heart, really.
Shit. I'd just use my fucking rifle and just make a bunch of noise.
You could do that too if you really, really want. However, I'm pretty sure everybody else would not be quite thrilled when they hear a sudden bang. Especially since the only one that... Especially since right now the only ones that could be the ones that aren't hiding are technically... yeah, Val is technically kind of out in the open, so if they actually started actively looking, she'd be in trouble. And Toa might actually get spotted too.
Blue along in the shadows. Of course,
How many style points do I need just to make this possible?
Like I said, if you want to make it possible, you just need 2. If you want to make sure it happens, you can spend up to 12. You can also just roll and add on until you succeed. You might roll perfect. I don't know. We haven't even tried yet. That's the problem.
I know. We're just debating over this.
Yeah, no, like Medi, like I will give you style points if you start getting low.
Yes, they can contribute their style points, so I'm pretty sure none of them. How
many dice?
So right now you need
4.
6.
4.
Okay.
She has a -2 penalty because of the fact she has no idea.
Lack of specialization.
Yes.
Okay, so 4 dice.
Negative penalty isn't to the dice; it's an addition to the difficulty of the roll, to my understanding.
So she can still roll 6 dice, but immediately 2 are being discounted.
I stand corrected. And by the way, the difficulty is now -8. So yeah, you have to roll 8, but it's still the same situation. You have to add 2 more points to make it work. So nothing's changed. Nothing in essence changed.
Call it, then roll your first set, and then start dishing out points.
Wouldn't that cancel it out?
No.
Okay, I'm rolling.
It wouldn't cancel it out to my knowledge.
4 out of
4 out of 6 at the moment. So right now you have half.
So you're halfway there. Now,
halfway there.
Now you can spend a style point to either add a dice, spend 2 style points to add a point, or spend a style point to re-roll one of the dice.
I'll just add a point. I'll just add a point there.
Okay, so you add two style points, and now another point. You're 3 off. I'm just gonna move this over here and call it a counter.
Oh, and Miss Medic.
Because it's so difficult.
Just keep adding style.
Okay,
yeah, just keep adding style. Just either do it through rolling or do it through just sacrificing 2 points per.
Okay, I'll sacrifice 2 more points.
Now you're at 6.
I need 2 more successes. So either sacrifice 4 more points or
try re-rolling one of the dice. Because technically you've added points, you haven't re-rolled the 2 you screwed up on.
I'll just make it easy on myself. I'll just take away, 4 points and just add the other 2.
Okay.
I'll make it easy on myself.
All right. You have rolled.
I'm gonna give her 10 of the style points I've accrued over time. So now she has an extra 10 to work with. I've gone down to 37.
Okay. So you go ahead and remove 8 style points, but now add 10. Isn't math fun?
Yay, math! I thought I loved math. Now I don't.
This math makes sure you survive, so I would be loving it too.
Okay.
So you have 16
remove
left.
8. Remove 8.
You have 16. Is what you'll have.
You have 6.
6.
All right.
So you came out with the slight bonus. You got 2 more extra than you had before you started.
All right.
Yay.
So after the shot, you immediately fire your arrow. Unfortunately, the shakiness was very apparent as you barely had any idea how to hold a bow, and you fired off the arrow with a slight eep noise, falling on your ass as you fired. However, it looks like the gods were fortunate, as the griffin squawks for one quick moment. An arrow pierces right through its skull, with a sensor bar covering it, so we don't give you the gory details.
All the brains splatter everywhere.
And it falls to the ground. The first group is now down.
I just lay on the ground. I am never gonna do that again. I'll use my fucking rifle.
Now at the moment, the group is down. The group is down, but remember that this was a Tor brain. Come on, give me something here.
This is a patrol group.
Thank you. Why am I trying to call it a Tor? This is a Tor of guards. What the hell?
This is Tour of Duty.
I believe that.
So I guess patrol. The next move would be if Oscar's feeling randy enough, one of them to shout down to them, try to pull the bodies out of sight.
So it is a patrol. So unfortunately, you are on a ticking time bomb, but you don't know how long of a ticking time bomb. That is the big question. But the first move has been made. By the way, Val, you see all of this happening. Everybody else in your group doesn't, but you just saw all 3 griffins drop to the ground, and you know perfectly well why.
Oh, boy.
But yeah, Blue, Pope, and also the little chittering thing in the tree also kind of sees it. By the way, it's scarred for life. Rustical sees it, and Rustical's scarred for life now too.
Not really. She's seen worse.
I'm just kidding.
She's seen worse.
She has seen worse.
Anyway, so it's back to us then, isn't it?
It is.
Okay.
Well,
I'm moving Rusty. I'm moving Rusty first, though. So Rusty's moved to this tree, which should definitely still be within her range. I'll roll stealth again, which is 8 again, isn't it?
I believe so. Yes.
I'm trying to recall, and I think CMC's doing his food run right now as we speak.
Yeah, he is. Basically,
That's why I sound so weird.
Yeah.
That's what I meant by it.
Yeah, we know.
All right, 5 out of 8, so that's certainly a pass for her. Just zip around from tree to tree. She's gonna do a perspective check again. This time, focusing on the odd rustling in the trees.
Oh wow, you're going right for it. Okay.
Well, she noticed it, and Rusty by nature is a curious critter.
Fair enough.
For me, I would basically, since I know that they're down, I would try and move the bodies over to opposition.
Too bad it's not your turn yet, and you're gonna have to wait.
Technically speaking, he is a part of that group. He could have made the move beforehand, but we did swap.
Well, they didn't exactly. Well, and they didn't exactly advise him on what was going on.
I'm pretty sure he saw what was going on.
Well, he saw, but he just saw the bodies hit the floor.
Anyways, Bert, like I said, little bitty bat's gonna do another spicky speck on the fucking group.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Just
and 6 out of 8 with intent focus on the bush. Did not mean to turn that.
The bush.
There's
the bush turns.
Just because it's a silent gun doesn't mean me with my sensitive hearing wouldn't hear the little ping.
It's not a silent situation. It's the fact that all 3 bodies literally hit the floor within seconds of each other without you getting warned. Anybody who saw a body suddenly hit the ground without notice would kind of be stunned for a moment.
He's a robot. He doesn't care.
Okay, fine. You really want to fight this for me? Okay. Roll your will.
Okay, so that would be a 10.
I'll get rolling it.
Willpower, yes, that would be a 10.
And?
D6. Come on, evens don't screw me up. Damn it, I should have gone odds.
You already know what we do. Why would this affect you?
Wait. 1, 2,
It's
3.
Josh being Josh not wanting to give him a freebie.
I bet he.
No, it's
like eep, and then just.
And the reaction time to be able to do something within the time.
He may be a robot, but he's still basically an AI that is developed to act exactly like a pony. And we are also dealing with the fact that you had guards that you were not notified were going to get shot, and suddenly are shot and on the ground dead.
Okay, so he can't react right away this turn. So basically, then
yeah,
he sends him like, "Oh, hey, time to do some cleanup here when I get a chance."
Yeah, he took a look. He sees the bodies hit the floor, and he's staring in shock because he has to absorb what just happened for 1 second. Rustical sees a tail twitch under the bush.
Fine with that.
I had that in my head too.
And I did that intentionally. When I'm irritated, I start quoting songs just to get you guys off of my back for 5 seconds.
Josh, I'm not mad.
Okay, so
I'm kidding. I'm just kidding.
Question, how can Rusty make an alert without drawing too much attention? Granted, she does have stealth, but I think I've used both her actions for this moment, so can't do anything yet.
Nope.
I've done. Oh wait, it's move. Yeah, no, she doesn't make a movement next turn. Then I can do 2 actions.
All right.
So it's Val's case. So
didn't Val already move, or?
No, Val hasn't done anything. I went with Rusty first. Also, that's 1 more ticker off the thing. So I've got 2 moves left, and then I've got 1 free move left, and the next move that I do after that is when the counter goes, and that's when chaos comes into play, possibly.
Yeah, the ADD disorder. Yeah, I get it.
Yep, the gauge needs to reset. Anyways. Okay, so in Val's case, she still sees the dog. The way the dog is facing, still facing away, she's like, It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's definitely within her range. But that dog is kind of out. That dog is definitely a lot of view lines where that dog is currently. So I am going to pick up a rock, and I'm going to throw it right around here-ish. Like that direction-ish, right around, like try to drop it like right here.
Are you trying to lure or distract?
Lure.
Okay.
All right. Maybe a rock.
Let's see. Well,
that doesn't sound like, because of the shorter range, it doesn't sound like it's a strength throw, more of a dexterity throw.
That's what was trying to debate on too. So
honestly, I agree with you. I think it should be a dexterity, so I should roll my dexterity.
Yeah, go ahead and roll your dexterity.
Because if I roll my strength and I get a high, it's going to be much of the same like Crimson. Oh, hey, I'm going to love tap this guy. Get the 6, caves the skull in.
What's wrong with that?
Nothing, but it's just kind of make the point of like, there's versus trying to make a small amount of noise versus actually making a large amount of noise.
Nah, it's not that. You hit him with a boulder.
Yeah, basically. How could I hit him with a rock? Picks up the boulder. Alright, gonna roll 8. 7 out of 8.
Oh, that's so good.
Alright, you throw the rock with expert precision. People will talk about it for days on time as... Oh, who am I kidding? Okay, you throw the rock, you hit it exactly where you're going, and it makes a clocking sound, grabbing the Canadian's attention as it turns...
Now what she's going to do, she's going to sink low and try to move around the rocks and basically try to, probably throw one more rock, and then the idea, throw one more rock and try to jump them where we got this whole, like, mess, just keeping, from having normal vision on the area, is what her plan is.
Super sneaky now.
Alright,
trying to be as sneaky as she can without hopefully you won't catch a whiff of anything. Granted, it's like nothing she has should have a smell that you can pick up on that doesn't sound like, normal leather work and or shenanigans, because, she's been on a base. This is a base that smells shouldn't stand out too weirdly.
Alright, so at the moment the Canadian is turned around to start looking around where they heard the rock sound. They have not moved yet, however this also means that the enemy now gets a turn in the rotation here. Mostly just the Canadian for the moment. But, considering that the rotation...
There's only one other smell that a male Canadian would smell off a female Canadian.
Well, we don't know what that one is, though. We don't know if it's a male or a female. So, that's also another thing right now, so...
And
can't exactly check.
In any case, instead of trying to figure out if it's dealing with a full tackle or any case, it is going to move its turn after the finishment of Val's group and of Silver's group. So
Sapphire Steel's group.
Sapphire Steel. So right now at the moment, Val has made her movements. The Canadian has turned around. Pulpe, Blue, did you guys want to do anything?
Blue is getting bored. I think he can rein himself in for a minute.
You are not under a random chance. You will do what you're told, Bird. You will wait.
Up until things go loud, you do not move.
Or until we jump a whole group, until we can jump a whole group. And you can proceed to punch in throats.
I could technically do that right now.
Yeah, but let's try to play things to the home field advantage. Well, actually, we don't have the home field advantage at all. Let's try to play things to the quiet advantage, because they definitely have home field.
Well, you could say, let's try to play it to the don't die advantage.
Yeah, which is don't be spotted until we at least know what we're dealing with.
In any case, getting back on track here, not like we ever had one.
It's my line.
Alright, so, Blue is not going to do anything, begrudgingly. Pulpe!
Can you speak up for a sec?
Are you able to, do you want to do anything, or are you also sitting there while you're doing your pizza run? Hi, Clouded Rock Raider.
He is dead.
He's been here.
Okay.
Words.
There you
are now.
Okay, it didn't like changing off the phone to the computer. Okay.
Oh, hey, welcome back then.
Yeah, I've been sitting here for a moment trying to figure out would Pulpe be able to do anything nice, and I don't think there is. Because this position's fine, and well, even if that's a 5-foot move, then 10, 20, 30 to get around over to the area. And my move is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I could take a position in or around these boxes, but I'm not sure that would be helpful. So I think that, yeah, Pulpe's just getting ready to blast these guys with water.
Just in case he needs to.
Yeah, well, if I get a good lineup from here to just splash that way, that's pushing 2.
He's trying to steal my job of taking out that target.
So Pulpe is essentially charging up.
Yeah, he's charging up his turtle limb.
Yes, at the ready.
All right.
I'm gonna say.
Actually, no, I don't need a roll, but I could take a round for being more prepared for precise shot.
Yeah, you make it like a little ice spear.
I don't have that spell.
Oh, so no melee attacks for you.
Right.
I have the rapier. I also have pizza.
That.
Pizza.
He wins with pizza.
Other than that, a circuit before me and Matt's turns come back again. I'm watching this area because since there's like a doorway, might as well watch it.
Okay, could you tab the area you're referring to real fast?
Hold on, let me just put line.
Okay, that works. Got it. Okay, so you are watching. You got the binoculars, right?
I'm just basically looking through my scope.
Got it. Watching the scope. Okay,
well, give me back my friggin' binoculars then.
I would have automatically given back to you.
No. No, you have to say that. You have to give them back to me. Lol.
Right.
I'm crazy.
No,
I'm
that's
assuming
it's
Val
not.
is behind those rocks, not hovering on those rocks.
Okay. Val is behind the rocks. Yes, we can.
Yeah,
all...
she's hiding behind and on to the side.
So basically, the answer is yes. Whatever the question.
Basically, the answer is yes. If it regards to hiding and or being around or being unseen, that is where the dog is. Bark, bark.
Oh, we just got a dog. We just got a dog finally.
That's cute. Alright, let's get back.
So I think it's now the Canadian's turn.
No, not yet. We are actually moving on to the next person's actual turn, and then the Canadian.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so Toa.
What is the pupper, real quick?
Toa, silver, sapphire. What?
Hmm?
I was asking Maddie what the pupper was, real quick.
It's like a service dog because my father's legs, because of my stepfather's legs. It's a half husky, half German shepherd. It's so cute. It's a little puppy, and oh my god, I gotta show you a picture after the session. I have to ask my mother for a picture.
You immediately make Circuit jealous because he wants a husky.
Moving along.
It's like a little husky German shepherd mix. And it's a service dog. It's a little puppy service dog. And I was like, and my mother showed me a picture. My mother showed me a picture.
Okay. You did this, Cody. You did this.
Yes, I did. That's because I wanted to hear what kind of pupper it was. I was curious, and I got my answer. I'm fine. I'm evil.
Yes, move. Okay, Val immediately gets spotted because he can't shut. Okay.
Okay. Val immediately pops 10 stat points. What's happening?
Jeez, you're popping him like pests. Sapphire, silver, Toa. You just succeeded in vanquishing 3 griffins, much to Toa's surprise. And now it is your go.
Can I fly and help Toa out with the bodies? You just move them over towards us.
It's a great general assumption that's what Toa's doing.
Well, there's also the ability to move them over here too. Remember, there is some cover here as well, and there's a wall. So as long as you don't go, the Canadian isn't looking this direction, but you better hope there isn't no.
Or if you're crazy, you can try and hide them by these rocks.
It could be. Let them choose.
I mean, it would be better just to move them over there by us, because the guys that are inside the building could come out, see behind the rocks, and say, hey, our guys are dead. You know?
What? Now, let me go ahead and phrase one thing real fast. Despite Silver looking at the open entry because he's curious about it, none of you know that anybody is in there. At the moment,
but he'll be able to see somebody step out. That's also the thing.
Yeah, that's the thing.
If he's watching, he will be immediately able to alert.
Yes, he will be able to alert. However, you do need to take into the fact nobody knows they're in there yet.
Yeah, I'm just going to say this. All right.
Technically speaking, he could say the crack. He could see the one griffin inside because this is an open door. These aren't normal doors. Like right here is a proper doorway. These are all open spaces here. If there's not a wall connecting, it's open space. Just like there's still some building there, but it's open space.
So it's
he can I got to do correction because I am the map vector. He can if the binoculars let him see in a straight line. There's a straight line that he can see in there. He can see a griffin roaming around in there if they're in fact moving. If the bird is like over here, he can't see them.
Yeah. To be honest, I will be able to see to like this box.
Yeah, he'll be able to see to that box and to these rocks. Everything in this little narrow thing, he will be able to see if he's using those binoculars.
Yeah. So far, no. I plan on just if they get like to right here, I plan on taking shots.
You know, I'm going to tell you guys, it is so amazing that you do everything you can to put everything to your goddamn advantage.
You need to learn to ask me about how these buildings are set up.
Right?
No, it is actually quite impressive. Despite my irritation, it actually is incredibly impressive.
You have, like, remember, like, the problem is, like, you don't ever ask me about these maps, dude. I keep asking you to do so.
No, I figured out what you meant by the holes and everything. Is the fact is I did not anticipate somebody literally getting onto a crow's nest and looking down the scope at literally a kitty corner at the possibility of seeing one griffin at an incredibly distant long shot. I mean, let's face it, that is a hell of a lot.
You clearly
we are an incredibly anal group. What do you expect?
I probably should expect more.
And you clearly don't know you clearly don't know the records of snipers in history.
Unfortunately, I don't, and this I have a feeling that this is going to cost me a little bit. However, at the moment, I am not going to lie that you probably would be able to see the griffin. However, I am going to admit it will take a high difficulty of perception just on the fact that it is a sliver of a look. And right now, the griffins that are in there are actually chatting and having a little bit of a goof-off time. Not that you guys know there's anybody in there. But they're right now quite stationary.
Okay, I'm gonna move the bodies near these rocks right here, since I don't think they're gonna come out, and plus we don't know that they're there, okay?
Okay, so right now, Sapphire...
Well, here's a question, like, who's gonna go first? Like, because if Silver does his check first, he can tell Maddie before she drops.
Yeah, let's do Silver, and then me.
Hold on.
Well, why don't you roll initiative, because it's kind of a turn check notice here.
At this point, yeah, this is basically, we got Toa and Sapphire both going to run out to get the bodies. And, of course, Silver's the only one that's trying to take a look and make sure that there isn't anything that can happen to kind of stop the process or catch them off guard.
I use Overwatch.
Alright, so I'm going to roll my 10 initiative, going for odds.
Okay, yep. Just go ahead and roll your initiatives in real fast, just for this. This is just for this, to see who does what first.
I got 7 out of 10.
For initiative, why not just roll 1 dice? That's it. 1d6 and whoever has like the highest.
I rolled for my initiative.
Unfortunately, we already said initiative. So we have to go with that.
We're not using D6 in this moment. You have to use your actual initiative.
I got 7 out of...
Okay, so Toa's got a pretty high initiative roll.
Alrighty. How many do I have to...
Initiative is your secondary abilities.
Your secondary. Yours is you roll 6 dice.
Yeah.
Hey, if you get a perfect, he goes first, I believe. Still,
he will still go first, no matter what. Sapphire.
Oh, really? Okay.
Toa got a 7. He is already booking it at this point.
I miscounted second. I'm being honest. I got 6. So unless she rolls perfect, I still go first.
Fair enough.
I'm being honest.
No, you're being honest.
And I got 3 out of 6.
Unfortunately, she did not roll perfect. Okay, so Silver, it's up to you to decide if you can warn them about a possibility, or if you spot it after they already started running out there. If you spot it at all.
Won't be able to warn Toa, not directly.
Just to correct, if you spot them at all. Because you still actually have to roll the spot first.
Nani?
So, initiative roll and a perception.
Well, initiative first, and then we'll roll perception after that.
Dude, it's the thing of if it's a risk, I'm taking a shot.
You won't.
Well, still roll the initiative anyways, dude.
All right.
We still gotta figure out where people are gonna be at what exact moments.
Hold on, let me get the dice for the D. All right, I rolled a perfect.
Serious?
Yeah, I'm serious.
I'm like the only one who doesn't roll perfect.
You know, I don't know why I asked. You always do that. You always do roll perfect. Okay, what
don't trust your dice roller.
I start to wonder a little bit, but what number is your perfect?
It's also 6.
Yeah, it's 6.
You all okay? So no, you all
They
didn't.
all got 6. One of them
No. Sapphire didn't.
Toa, Silent, Sapphire. That is the order.
Well, at the moment, it's Toa. Toa got 6 as well. So
right now, everybody.
Okay, so now the two of you need to roll a d6.
Look.
Toa got 7, and then I got.
No. Toa got 6.
He said he thought he had 7. He actually got 6.
Toa goofed up. Yeah.
All right. Here's the thing. I don't care if Toa and her go first. Thing of it is I'm just watching out.
Yeah.
Would you inform them if you can see this griffin?
Dude, like I said before, if he comes here, I'm taking it. He comes like right here. I'm taking the shot.
Yes, if they come there, but if you're able to see far enough back, you might be able to see this one. Would you warn Sapphire if you do?
Yes.
Then that's the point of this whole thing. So, roll a d6. Stop arguing with this thing.
We're essentially trying to determine if you get the chance to warn them or not.
All right, I'll roll 1d6.
That's all we're doing here. Believe me.
I got a 4, so that's a fail.
Actually, you got a 4.
You got a 5. So
no,
Oscar goes running out first. But he can tell or he can tell Sapphire. Sapphire can tell Robo Dim Dum that he sees things. And that means that also Medi can probably think of another place to store the bodies.
Okay.
Something that they can see
all right, so
we
just...
can try to bury them. We can try to bury them.
No!
We can try to bury them.
No!
Toa, what is your move?
Please.
His is 10.
No. Oh, that move.
On everything but charisma.
Dear God, why do we have a robot?
He spent all of his experience into his abilities.
He put all his stats into his core. He didn't do any actual existential shit.
Fair enough. Okay, so Toa does have enough movement to get over to the bodies, and he's using his action to... You're going to only be able to pick up one of them, though, just because of size.
What I'm doing, and
Hold, stop.
You gotta roll your strength before you can even
well, you roll a strength, and you're going to have to wait a turn before you actually move it back. Because you already used one movement, running up there and picking up the damn body.
Yep, that's 2 actions.
Fair enough.
Okay, so roll your strength real fast. I'm pretty sure you're going to get it. While that's going on, Silver, go ahead and roll your perception to see if you can spot the griffin.
All right, let me do this. Let me go to the... Perception is 6. Let me change this.
Okay, I got 6 out of 10 again.
Okay, you picked them up.
I got 4 out of 6.
Okay, you did not spot the griffin. So right now, you do see that there is an entryway, but you don't know that there's anything in there.
And Toa...
I'm going to stack this griffin on top of me.
Wait, Toa, if your perception is max, why aren't you also fucking being a spotter?
Because he's Toa.
Yes.
His perception may be at max, unfortunately his wisdom is at min.
That makes sense.
Alright, anyway, Sapphire! You are given no... Sapphire, you see Toa run out on the field. I don't mean literally. Well, yes I do, and no I don't. You see Toa running out on the field, and he starts to get to the griffins to pick one up and try to get it out of the way. Of course, you see Silver looking out to try to see if anybody is coming in. He doesn't give you any warning. What do you do?
I go to Toa and try to help him.
All right, so you fly. What? How much is your movement, by the way?
Let me check.
Remember, since you're flying, your flying is about the same as your running, so it'd be a 1.5.
Mhm.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So she'd be about 2 out of the bodies at worst.
Yeah, I think she would be too. I just wanted to check.
So then she would be rolling her strength to try to pick up or try to move a body.
Kind of like how you kept both images on opposite sides.
What? Right. Okay. Anyway, Sapphire.
Mhm.
So, did you get your movement?
I'm checking right now. I was right in the middle of a game on my phone. I'm sorry. It's a very addicting game. And so is this, so I'm multitasking right now. What?
Okay, you're at 9.
Her movement
her movement's 9.
Movement is 6.
So she's at 9. She's able to move it. You get to the Griffin. Which one do you pick up? Might as well be.
I was getting this one, so she's probably going for the pink mark one.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so you're going for Pinky there. Roll for a pickup. Roll for strength to see if you manage to pick it up.
How many dice?
You 6. 6 dice.
All right.
I'm fighting Ghost Snapper.
Yeah.
Ghost Snapper!
Wait, how?
Did you eat her?
No, how do you fight Ghost Snapper?
Very careful.
With witty comebacks.
Never mind.
You just fight her.
Okay, 3 out of 6.
That's still fast, just struggling fast.
Okay, so you barely managed to pick it up, though it is dragging a little bit behind you, so your movement is slowed down a bit.
Alright, so that's the end of it for now.
Alright, so that is at the end of that. Okay, so the Canadian moves over to where the sound is heard. Luckily, the Canadian doesn't get any closer to any of them, so they cannot see what's going on.
They can't see, and 2, they probably couldn't see it from where they are, and 2, they definitely can't smell it.
Well, they are going to take a sniff around the area that you threw the rock at.
Snurfle.
So, let's see. Do the Canadians actually get a bonus to their perception?
Yes.
How much was it?
Well, it depends. Do you get this one the ability to use sniff?
Let's see.
As a standard, though, as a standard for a Canadian that is acting as a guard dog, I'm pretty sure just as an NPC they'd have sniff.
They probably would, and I go with that. Okay, so they do have a sniff. +2 then?
Yeah, it's +2 to whatever dice you're rolling.
So it's got a normal, decent perception roll because it is a guard.
He smells a smelly smell.
Smells a smelly anchovy.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, anchovies.
Okay, he smells a 5. He is grabbing a scent of something off, but he can't place it. So luckily, you are still quite safe at the moment.
I'm surprised he's not smelling my perfume.
Not close enough. There's, unless it's a really strong smell and it's blowing down this way.
Plus, you just barely ran down there, so it would take a little bit of time.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the Canadian has moved. Luckily, none of you are in danger just yet. However, now that there is a guard movement in the way, something could happen, maybe. But in any case, Val, it's your group's turn now.
Okay. So this one's also this is a very dangerous thing because Val's gonna for herself, another loose rock, chuck it to smack lightly into one of the boards over there.
All right, go ahead.
This is also another dex roll, I believe.
Yes.
Because don't need a crash, just need a light noise. So let's see.
You roll 500 dex. Somehow your strength actually managed to overcome it, and you break all the boulders at once.
What? Even? What's that one?
I don't know.
6 out of 8.
6 out of 8. Okay, you roll and you roll. You throw.
You roll.
You roll, you throw.
Rolling throw.
You throw, and the rock manages to hit the boxes with relative ease, grabbing the Canadian's attention. So he is now looking that direction.
Well, no, I think the one would be to do is to switch your thing to 15 and then return it.
Well, I don't want to go that far, but we get the point.
Eh.
But in any case.
If you want precise rolls, just pester me. I can fix them up.
Fair enough. For the moment, we get the point. So.
Yeah, no, she is still going to be moving slightly around the rock. Why can I not click my fucking character?
Because you're not on grab. You're on line.
No, I was on lock. She was locked for some reason.
Am I still able to lock accidentally when I mute my mic?
Is it L?
No.
It's L.
Yes.
L is the lock character.
L is part of my keybind.
Then yes.
Okay,
So why do I have that ability?
So this is a mix. Okay, as
because
stealthily as Rusty can, Rusty's going to try to let out some small squeaks to try to be like a small alert. Like, it's going to sound suspect. The idea behind stealth is the fact you might sound like a bird that's, you know, up way too fucking late or whatever. Or actually a bat.
Basically a bird call.
Basically a bird call. Yeah. Or in her case, a bat call.
Okay.
Since I have sensitive ears, can I roll perception to see if I hear it?
Wants to actually do the roll.
Okay. Okay. Does she have any? Does she have any talents that would allow her to do something like that?
Echolocation.
Well, that's technically echolocation is silent.
Yeah. Basically, she's trying to try to be a stealthy as in a noise that doesn't really pick up too much assertion. But for the group that she's with, who, like, you know, Val would probably, if she's having her go as a spotter, Val would have probably set off to the side, try to do something to get attention if something looks off. Yeah, I should have said previously, but that's the idea of her going up there, just trying to be a spotter. Because, you know.
Yeah, that would probably have been said when we were back in the alley, such that if we hear the squeaking, we might react.
Yeah, again, we're all probably have to roll perception to pay attention to it, but
yes.
Since I have.
Well, I got the perfect thing. Actually, I got the perfect thing. So, roll charisma.
Charisma. Well, that's a fun one because she's got 5, so I'm rolling 10.
And it is a performance. It is literally a performance to act like a bird.
Nope, she doesn't have perform. I have perform, I think.
7 out of 10.
7 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. 7 answers.
10 out of 10.
Okay, so 7 out of 10. She performs a very admirable bird call that can be easily mistaken. However, it can be easily detected as a bird call, essentially. However, she also manages to make it one that you wouldn't know is not indigenous to the area unless you're. Okay, but so basically she made a damn bird call.
She made a damn bird call that unless someone was really into birds, they wouldn't really notice.
Mm-hmm.
Is what I think you're trying to say.
And
yeah.
Can I roll my perception with my ears of detection, which is an additional 2 to my roll?
Yes, you can go ahead and do that. Okay, you fail.
Okay, you fail. You fail automatically.
Yeah, you're already in the middle of action, and
at the moment you're in the middle of trying to carry a griffin, and you are well over. You're practically 100 feet away, man.
And
he's at least 50 yards.
With what we just said, it would have been done in the alley between the houses. You wouldn't understand it's a.
He's bird call.
Okay, fine. Okay, you know what? Go ahead. Go ahead. I got it. I know. Go, everybody. Everybody who is trying to listen to this bird call, apparently Toa included, roll your perceptions.
I got a 4 out of 6. I'm pretty sure Val would hear it.
6 dice, like usual.
Val hears the bird call and realizes it is a signal from Rustical.
He's fucking just still sailing in the background.
Natural roll, I got 7 out of 10 with my 2 additional due to my ears. I got 9 out of 10.
You hear a majestic space duck.
3 out of 6.
7 out of 11.
7 out of 11. You also hear the majestic space duck, but also realize it's Rustical, warning that she has detected something.
4, 8, 9. Yep, I did get the right number.
So Toa, you got the bleeding corpse of a griffin on your back, and you hear a majestic space duck. Do you have to?
I suddenly go.
You gotta wonder what's happened to your life at this point.
No, I go. No space ducks around here. Also, that sounded like Rusty.
No,
no,
it's a majestic space duck to you.
And I won't do the Rusty thing.
The fuck did I walk back into?
Toa was so.
Shenanigans because Oscar's being a shit.
Did I hear it? I got 3 out of 6.
No, you don't.
You don't hear
I
it.
know. That's good. Majestic space duck.
Okay, Rustical is literally trying to make bird calls to warn the other team. Rustic and Toa was so damn determined to hear it that I let him roll, and he thinks it's a majestic space duck.
End of story.
I just shoot it, it just pings off of him.
Okay.
Okay, but in all honesty, Toa.
Okay. Krim, you gotta try to listen for the squeak too, or what? Majestic space duck.
No.
Okay, you did not.
Well, I actually want to do something. I want to sneak around this building, see if I can,
Round front, round back.
Back? Why would I go around the front?
I don't know.
With those three griffins.
Okay, well.
Well, I think Pulpe would stop him for one because Val made it a point to stay together.
No, we could have a hello.
I heard the sound, and I can hide behind that rock, right behind you.
Okay, so it looks like Pulpe and Blue are deciding to do their own thing. So Pulpe, you go ahead and use your movement to get behind the rock. And Blue is going to go ahead and use his movement to go behind the building. I can't recall what you have to roll for stealth. Dexterity. Go ahead and roll your dexterity real fast just to make sure that you aren't literally plopping.
I do need to roll that, don't I?
I'm actually trained in stealth, so.
Then roll your stealth. Okay, actually, if Blue, you do have stealth, go ahead and roll that instead. I apologize for not noticing.
It's the same dice roll, but since I'm
land
evens.
Nicely.
But yeah, if it is a stealth ability, you might as well use it to the fullest.
Okay.
Well, my thing, I hear and I know which direction it came from.
So you know the space duck is to the north.
Yeah.
Well, you got 6 if you want evens.
Yeah.
I got 2 out of 4 or 2 out of 6, so I want to re-roll that. How many points is that?
One style point. One style point to re-roll.
Blake, this is why I was thinking if you went through the front, if you went around the front.
Let's look at it. I need to see what comes out.
Please tell me you rolled for odds.
I said evens, but at this point I'm gonna re-roll again. And then I'm actually gonna go for odds because apparently tonight's the night of odds.
He rolled 5 out of 6 on odds.
So I already said odds. So
Why just not say that you use your style point to change yourself to odds?
Actually, that would have been funny. I would have accepted that.
At least you would have probably accepted that only once.
I'm using today's style point, but I got an even.
I changed my.
I have a full 6 out of 6 on my stealth there.
Okay, so Pulpe moves with the grace of a carp through water, on top of the ground with legs. And Blue
sounds like a lawnmower.
And Blue does manage to even. Blue, after a little bit of style to his walk, manages to move around the building stealthily.
What is
my base? my base movement's 9, so do I take 4 and add to that, make it 13?
Why would you add 4?
4 was what the group was down to because of my move speed.
No,
yeah.
I mean, since quadruped, does it add half of movement, rounding down?
1.5 if you're on all 4s, but I don't think you would be on all 4s, would you?
I punch things. I have nothing to actually carry in my hands.
Fair enough.
So,
Okay,
yes.
so yeah, if you go on all 4s, you could do that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He'd end up behind the bush. Behind the tree, at least.
That's by standing on 2 legs, and 11, 12, 13 behind the carts. Or behind
would you go all the way over there? Or would you just be wrapping yourself around this building because you know it's here?
Well, I was kind of wanting to get an eye on this side of the board. So.
My little line is.
What? And now I'm just imagining some blue just kind of like slithering across the ground like the Grinch and.
I would not be. I would not be surprised. But second, this is the path I'm going to take when it becomes my turn, and drop off the body there while going to Rusty, since I.
Whatever.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, Blue, just go ahead and move your character to where it's going to be. You've rolled your stealth.
Not on the cart, behind the cart.
I don't want to be on the cart.
No, you're going to be behind the cart, you dip.
I said I want to be behind the cart.
All right.
I'll pull out a gun and shoot you myself.
All right. So Val, you see that Pulpe is behind you now. You don't see any sign of Blue.
And immediately is like, oh, fucking stupid bird.
And Toa and Sapphire are pulling 2 bird bodies, and Silver is watching over. All right. At the moment, it is currently 9:30 in our time zone.
Yep.
So we did
we did get some shit done, but yeah, no, right? We're at the moment where we probably have to hit pause because either shit's gonna happen or shit's not gonna happen.
At this point, I'm fairly confident that unless you guys roll with extreme accuracy, something is about to hit the fan here at this point.
Yeah.
So
I'm very
considering Dumb Bird wandered off and hasn't let himself be alerted to the fact there's people hiding in the bush, he's gonna get at least 3 people jumping him, and he's probably going to die. It'll be his own fault.
However, at the moment, it could color me completely impressed with you guys with actually being able to pull off an incredible run around like this with killing 3 people and not getting a single alert yet. So yeah, that was impressive.
And baiting a possible 4th victim.
So at the moment, I'm going to go ahead and quickly dish out experience points. Just because we are in the middle of this. However, you might want to refrain from spending it on skills or anything until after everything is said and done.
Because technically we're in the middle of the active, so you
But yeah, this way we can also make sure we don't have to suddenly tabulate it after 5-6 sessions. So,
all right.
So everybody gets.
Side notation though, like the convention's next week, isn't it?
Actually, I was about to get to that, but let me get through the experience here first. Okay, first, everybody gets 1 point for being here. Okay, so the group. Let's see. So yeah, the group of Sapphire, Toa, and Silver.
Shit, real quick. No, there's a thing that I forgot to do though, real quick. I need to roll the dice here. We got to roll the dice here real quick to see if
Rusty's counter.
Yeah,
the chaos
we gotta
counter.
see if Rusty's gonna be under my control when we come back around, or under his control when we come back.
All right, go ahead.
All right.
Okay, I will get ready to put down notes.
Yeah, please do. Let me look at my own fucking rules.
You are the masterminds behind Rusty at the moment.
So.
Okay.
Yes, people on stream, we do this because Rusty is the fun, random character that we know will be either a detriment or awesome.
Well, this was the best way we could figure, making him use a personal tool while making him a tool.
Oh, thank God, I got a 4.
Damn. So, okay, getting back on track here then. 1 experience points each for being here. Danger! Toa, Sapphire, and Silver get 1 point each for managing subdue 3 griffins and at the moment trying to pull their bodies away from the pile. So they are in kind of a dangerous position. Val also gets 1 point for literally luring a Canadian around the way. We'll also go ahead and give 1 point to the Batgirl there because she's literally flying through trees and keeping out for an eye out for crap. Everybody gets 1 point for roleplay because you actually played your roles rather well, all things considered. Unfortunately, there was no wisdom gained and no success in pushing the plot because all you just killed people and wandered around the map here for a little while. But
Blank, you want me to get Rusty's?
Yeah, go ahead and put the points in for Rusty because the damn one here on the end for tabletop's giving me.
As for style points, everybody gets 1 for participating once again, 1 for actively playing your roles really well, and also actually, I'm going to go ahead and give an extra style point to, once again, the team of 3 of Blue, Blue, Silver, Toa.
Sapphire, Silver.
Thank you. What? Not Blue.
Yeah.
I love you, Blue. Actually, yeah, Silver, Sapphire, Silver, Sapphire, and Toa for actually coming out with a really good plan and managing to pull it off with incredible ease. Also, a point to Val for challenging, and also a style point for actually getting some really damn good rolls for the other 2.
So was that 2 base style points?
Essentially, yes.
Okay. So I do have 1.
Back up to 35 style points and 32 XP.
Oh. Am I the only one that actually uses my style points?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yes. You and Sappy are the only ones because you both roll like shit. Sorry for the language, but it's true.
All right. As for everything else. Now, yeah, Blank has the right of it. Next week, I am going to be at Crystal Mountain PonyCon. So, obviously, the last one. So, obviously, there's no way I'm going to be able to run a session.
And then you have the Salt Lake City Comic-Con the week after.
Yes. The next week after is some Fan X now, actually. It's called Fan X because San Diego's a bunch of asshats. But that aside, it is the big geek convention that goes on throughout the week. I'm probably going to be in the middle of Salt Lake during the session, going to panels, partying with people, and lamenting the fact that I can't get that hot, big-titted girlfriend that dresses up in cosplay uniforms. Unfortunately, that also means that I will not be able to run a session. So, you guys have a 2-week break. And then after that, we will come back. And then we will do more shenanigans here.
And hopefully I don't have to spend time waiting to explain shit and get things handled out when we actually get the reaction proper.
Well, that, and it'll also give Cody enough time to get his job squared away and him back into the saddle with that.
Oh, that's not going to be an issue, considering, like you said, if all the days go proper, then I'll always be free on Friday night, at least.
I know, but it'll still be a bit of a schedule shift, so, you know.
Oh, yeah, no, well, yeah, no, but by then I should be set up enough to where, you know, I'll be up around this time anyways.
Alright, so do we got any questions pertaining to the game or anything before we cut off stream?
Nope.
Nah.
Nope.
Alright, we'll go ahead and cut off stream then. Hope you guys had fun. I sure did. Peace out.
I'm a bitter bird.